Hello and welcome to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. It is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, and today's puzzle is by Ginny 2 and Avery G. Katz, both of whom have contributed a small number of puzzles to the New York Times, but never together, so this is their collaboration debut. It being a Wednesday, we'll expect a midweek, mid-difficulty themed puzzle, and let's dive right in and see what Ginny and Avery have in store for us today. For this Wednesday, January 21st. Practiced pitches. Spiels, like add spiels, is that what we want? Oops. What arms might do on a final gym rep. Do we want something like give out or something? That doesn't sound right. Lee has a hot bowl of blank to start off his day, and then again at 15 across, Lee has a hot bowl of blank to start off his day. I want to say something like oatmeal, but then I don't know. Cereal? Like, does that work? Italian apology, maybe scusi. Some pullover shirts. Polos? Any course. Yeah, so this is not right. Kanji, hot bowl of kanji. Polo shirts. An intro course ends in 101. Bird with a plume that ounce for ounce was once worth more than gold. Do we want an egret? Enemy of the Avengers is Ultron. In need of a massage, say, could be sore. Like the study of the Kabbalah. Egret looks right. I'm not sure what we want there. Gentleman in Granada, Senores? Is that right? Like those local to Universal Studios Japan. Local to, like, are we talking about characters here? But I don't know what that would mean. Captured. This could be the active or the passive sense. Lost, maybe? Like government bonds and Uber drivers. What is the commonality between government bonds and Uber drivers? I don't know. Blank minority, maybe ethnic minority. Mrs. en français, madame. Bit of sweat, a bead of sweat. British title, maybe Earl. Ultimatum ender, or else. Does this work? Tremble, maybe? Oh, maybe the British title is lady, not Earl. Because that would make hide one's roots, perhaps. Die, that's good. What arms might do on a final gym rep? Tremble. Captured. I don't see that. Ones with the munchies, maybe. Potheads, is that right? Captured could be took, as in a piece in chess. Like government bonds and Uber drivers. Rated? Rated something? Drill insert? No. Rate. Rate. Rate by? Is that a thing? Drill insert is a drill bit. Shredded as a contract. Tore up, perhaps, a contract. Complete disrepair could be ruin. Polarizing punctuation choice. This should be the Oxford comma. What is this then? Oxford comma, right? Prefix with vitamin or tool could be a multivitamin or multi-tool. Athlete aiming for a 4-minute finish, perhaps. 4-minute finish athlete. Says blank to his neighbor, then heads on his way. Hello, maybe? Is this a miler? Someone who runs miles? Like a 4-minute mile is the ideal there. One end of a electrolytic cell is an anode, the other end being a cathode. Like the villain at the end of a Scooby-Doo episode. Outed? Bag over the head, all that. Jay-Z's and Alicia Keys' blank state of mind, Empire state of mind. Warm and cozy, homey, probably. Government sites for testing pollutants. I'm not sure. Rate BD, what? Maybe this is not, oh, maybe it's a serial comma, not the Oxford comma. Rateable? Rateable. Government bonds and Uber drivers both rateable. Okay, and then we're going to put seniores back in there. This looks like it might be esoteric, like the study of the Kabbalah. So maybe scusi is spelled like this. Okay. British title, another British title. We have British title Sir and British title Lady, correspondingly. Osakan. Oh, those local to Universal Studios Japan, which is located in Osaka, are Osakan. Okay, fine. Life across the blank is much the same. Pacific Ocean. Looks like it fits. I don't know the reference, but friend or foe, probably. Top of the line could be A1. Recycling container, recycling bin. Life stories. Not sure. Oh, bios probably. Treatment for a sprained ankle could be ice. Slime could be goo. Bios looks right there. Bonafide, genuine probably. Heavyweight, a ton is a heavyweight, literally. Abu Dhabi is a city in the United Arab Emirates. Transaction on an online marketplace, eBay sale probably. Entertainer who says if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love it as somebody else is RuPaul. Collectible caps in the 90s. Oh, caps. Do we want pogs here? Is that what we want? Ones with chiseled abs, question mark. I don't know. Classic POW movie starring Steve McQueen with the, looks like Escape, The Great Escape probably. That looks right. Chiseled abs, ones with chiseled abs. I have a feeling there's some wordplay going on there, but I don't know. Patronizes at a restaurant, probably eats at, something like that. Bracket busting wins in March Madness. Upsets will bust a bracket. These in Spanish. Estos, I want to say, says blank to his neighbor, then heads on his way. Let float as a currency. Pertaining to hair. I don't know. Welcome site for a sailor, probably shore. This looks like it might be ni hao, which is Chinese. I'm not sure if Cantonese or Mandarin or both way of saying hello. Let float. They might be foiled. You might foil plots. Let float. Unpeg. All blank. All blank. This looks like pilar. Pilar? What is going on here? Let float as a currency. All E's? All I's? Pilar like that? Oh, I miss. God, all ears. Pilar like that. That could mean. The PIL root I do recognize as belonging to hair. I just had mistyped this one. So all ears make sense here. Unpeg makes a certain amount of sense here. We'll have to wait and see if that's all right. Government organization in alias. Probably one of the spy agencies, but I'm not sure which. Maybe the NSC or the, I don't know, FBI. Not sure. Provide for free as a drink. Comp? So that might be CSI then. Opportunity to dress up, an occasion. Suffix with method or metaphor. Maybe CI. That's not right. This looks like ikal, methodical or metaphorical, I think is what we want for the suffix there. Steely Dan album whose name is pronounced Asia. I don't know. Satisfies. With gossip and beer over Fridays. Looks like mahjong game. Asia, like that. Pleases, satisfies. Ones with chiseled abs, torsos, haha, okay. To pine is to ache. Oh, the CIA, of course. Don't know why I didn't see that before. Spar, on a sailing boat. I don't know what that means. Inflation measures for short. Comment that breaks the fourth wall, probably an aside. Feudal lord. Feudal lord. I don't know. German steel city. Is this Essen again? We had Essen in the grid a little while ago. Eagles' nests. I think they're called Aries, like that. EPA labs, government sites for testing pollutants. That looks like I might be right. With gossip and beer over Friday's bridge game. Perhaps. The Three Kingdoms in Chinese history, for example, is an example of an era. Luxurious cotton fabric, sateen, is that what we want? Feudal lord could be a liege. And I don't know what this is. Oh, inflation measures. Oh my God. PSI is pounds. PSI is pounds per square inch. Not inflation as in economic, but inflation as in tires. So this looks like maybe Sprit. Let's find out. Okay, very good. Under 11 minutes for Wednesday. Not bad at all. Let's see what we have for our theme. I actually don't think we have a revealer, but we have basically pairs of theme entries, which we have this sort of corresponding Eastern and Western, or maybe more specifically Chinese and American versions of things. So Lee has a hot bowl of kanji in the Asian version, the Eastern version, or oatmeal in the Western version to start off his day. Says blank to his neighbor, says ni hao to his neighbor, or says hello to his neighbor, then heads on his way. With gossip and beer over Fridays, mahjong game in the left side, and bridge game on the right side. I'm actually surprised. Oh, life across the Pacific Ocean is much the same. So we have basically the Pacific Ocean dividing these two sides here, east of the Pacific, as it were, in, say, San Francisco, and west of the Pacific here in, say, Beijing. Life across the Pacific is much the same. So I guess this is kind of the revealer there. So this is a pretty fun theme here. There's some good wordplay here. Practice pitches. Pitches is always a clue to me that they're talking about advertising, marketing, as opposed to baseball, both of which show up in the grid quite a lot. But usually when pitches is in the clue, they want something ad-related, advertising-related. One with the menchies might be potheads. That's pretty fun. Hide one's roots is good, clever misdirection to die. I forget that there's a more general term, a less sort of institution-specific term for the Oxford comma sometimes, but this is what it is. Plots might be foiled is pretty good, although not exactly wordplay. Heavyweight is a little bit of light wordplay, misdirecting you to think of a person instead of the weight itself. Inflation measures got me for quite a bit, but also good misdirection to think of something you might do to reduce inflation in an economy. And what else here? We have the pair of British titles at 12 down and 20 down. What else? I've not heard the term, where is it? Miler, but it makes sense. I've heard of a 4-minute mile, so that makes sense. I also don't know the word unpeg. I can imagine what it means to unpeg it from inflation or from foreign exchange or something, and to sort of let it float. I'm guessing here. I'm not an economist. Pertaining to hair, again, I can recognize the root, but I've never seen this word used like that. Life stories we've seen a few times as cluing bios, but still a little bit misdirecting there. Ones with chiseled abs is definitely misdirecting, but the question mark helps out there. I don't know the word sprit, so that's new to me. And I didn't know that a liege was specifically within the feudal system. It had a specific meaning there. What else? Pogs is pretty funny too. I wonder if anybody that isn't from that time would know that. And I am not familiar with this particular Steely Dan album. But yeah, lots of good stuff and a good solid theme. A good collaboration between Ginny 2 and Avery G. Katz for this Wednesday, January 21st. If you liked this solve, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting next, do hit that the subscribe button. You'll get all those notifications. And thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.